we're really thrilled to have you join. My name's Molly. I'm a marketing manager over at Line Leader, and I'm joined today by my coworker, Tiffany Taylor, account executive, as well as our host today, Brandy Woods-Smith. So today's session is on 5 things every childcare owner should do to dominate back to school season. And be sure to stay till the end because one lucky live attendee will be winning a $50 Amazon gift card. So thank you all so much for being here. We're really excited for today's session, and I'll hand it over to you, Brandy.
Hey guys, I'm your girl Brandy Woods, and I'm so excited to be on. I know some of you guys know me from our community, Childcare Millionaires. Some of you just may know me being the girl next door who always has big hair, but hopefully you know me as a person who loves to help other people because that's truly who I am. So when my friends over at Line Leader were like, "Hey, can you come over and do this?" I said, I have just the thing that I think owners would like to know about. So I am one of those people who are all on energy. So you guys got to give me some love in the chat. If you are an owner, put owner, or if you're not an owner, put what position you play in your childcare center. Now, if you're watching the replay of this and you didn't get to watch it live, now you have to type for no reason because I still want you to follow these commands, okay? But we're really excited because this is what we know in our community is the back to school season. And one of my friends that's still in the public school system challenged me and said, Brandy, why do you recognize the back to school season? And I said, well, it's really an effort to get my parents to understand where we are in enrollment and also give my teachers that fresh start. And how many of you really want your teachers to have that fresh start for the beginning of the year? You want them to be able to see what we're doing as valuable. You want them to understand your goals. Well, if so, the back to school time is really a way to refocus everybody in your organization, no matter if they're a teacher, a parent, or a student. Getting those students from summer break to, oh my gosh, we're back in our chairs doing circle time, story time. We're going to be doing pencil and paper work again. Is a little different from our summer cool down where we're more chillaxing with the kids, having more field experiences, a lot more crafts. So this is an amazing time for us to make sure that our school, our teachers, our students, and our parents really understand where we are. So I wanted to talk to you about 5 things every owner needs to know to dominate back to school. So is the chat working? I just want to make sure it is. I'm going to type a Y in the chat. If you can hear me and see me well, will you type a number 2 in the chat? Thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was getting a little nervous. I wanted to make sure that you guys were on. Yay. I got 1, number 2. I want to make sure that you guys are hearing me and seeing me well. So I'm going to keep going because I think that these things are so important for us to really run and operate our schools with fidelity and without going crazy, because nobody wants their work life to overshadow everything else that's going on. So in order to dominate and to put yourself in not only just a position of power from you do what I say, but in a position of power where you're not frazzled by the day, it's very important. When I got on, Tiffany was like, how's your day? I'm like, every day is a good day. And why is every day a good day? Because some people literally did not make it to today. And so I decided a long time ago, it didn't matter how stressful my day is, every day is a good day. And approaching it from that way has made my 25 years in education a lot of fun. So I've been in education for 25 years. I started out as a substitute teacher. Get this, I'm a substitute teacher. I am 19 years old. I'm in my final year of college. My teacher who I am doing my internship with gets very sick, and they asked me at 19 to take over her class. So I would sub for the days that I wasn't doing, my student teaching. And at 19, I am awarded my very first classroom. I messed up some children, I could tell you that, but we had a lot of fun every single day. I learned really quick how to use my authoritative voice without scaring the children. And Kindergarten Cop was my favorite movie for a very long time. But then I parlayed out of the public school system into owning my own childcare centers because I was really passionate about reaching kids when they were younger. If that's you, put me in the chat. I wanted to reach kids when they were younger because I would see so many kids in middle school that really did not have the reading skills that they needed. They didn't have the social skills that they needed. And I was like, hey, Brandy, if you're going to make an impact, what if you could reach kids a little bit younger? So we opened up our schools, Imagine Me Academy. We have 3 locations in the Houston area. We're rocking it out every day. And today I have the privilege of being home to present to you guys. So I have no glue and glitter on me, but trust me, I get down with the glue, the glitter, and the eyeballs every single day. And then we said, how can we really impact the world? And we decided we could do that through having an association for childcare owners. So we started Childcare Millionaires Association. But every time I leave those schools, we serve a little over 230 students. I come home because I'm a mother of 6. Now I'm a grandmother of 3. I know these cheekbones don't look grandmotherly, but they are. I'm an author and speaker, but most of all, I'm a connector. And today I really want to connect with you. So in the chat, if you will drop to me where you're from, I would love to know that. And I still want to know what positions you play in your centers because, it says that the chat is disabled. Maybe that's why they can't chat. No problem. Don't worry. If you guys have questions, Abby, say yes. Thank you. If you have questions, you can put it in the Q&A. Maybe we can get the chat up at a different time. All right. I thought y'all were being disobedient. I'm glad to know that it was something else. So listen, 5 things that you can do as a childcare owner to really, really boost your business, right? One is you can focus on enrollment. And I'm going to walk through these things separately and take good notes, but I know a replay is coming out. But if you can be like a super enroller, this will solve 99% problems in your business when it comes to being able to pay more, being able to do more. So we're going to learn how to skyrocket your enrollment. Number 2 is tech advancements. I'm going to talk the talk and walk the walk today. I'm going to show you how to use some of my tech superpowers to help you genuinely and really speed up your work, to elevate your parent satisfaction and your staff efficiency, right? Then I'm also going to teach you how to prep for success, making sure your building and your curriculum is ready to rock and roll. How to empower your staff and your center, and then how to get the team unified. Making sure that you guys are unified with technology, make sure you have the right app, and make sure that you guys are really on the same page. Now, for me, enrollment is everything. When I think about enrollment, I think about it literally being the heart of our business. And what does the heart do? It pumps blood, right? It pumps, pumps, pumps. And if we don't pump a certain amount of finances in our center literally fizzles out and we're not able to do the programming that we dreamed of. You know, we say we're going to do amazing things, but guess what, guys? Amazing things actually cost a little money. So we want to make sure that we are enrolling on a consistent basis. Now, one of my KPIs, and if you don't know what a KPI is, it's just a key performance indicator. A KPI is something that everybody can rally behind. And literally at the beginning of every school year for us, you know, we acknowledge that it's August and September. We set some enrollment goals to make sure that our budget is healthy. One of the budget goals that we have this year is we wanted to enroll 20 new students in August. 20 new students. Why do we need these 22 new students? You know why. Students left to go to school for the first time. Our 4 and 5-year-olds, some of them went to pre-K or big kid kindergarten. Boo! But anyway, we're not going to boo them, but boo! Then we had some of our kids that were after schoolers and now they're old enough to go home by themselves, or maybe they're going to go to an after school program at the school. But anyway, after the summer, we have some kids that can move around, right? And when these kids move around, it creates empty seats in our classrooms. And nobody wants empty seats. Now, I think you guys can chat now. So let's test it out. How many empty seats do you have in your building right now? Let me know in the chat. How many empty seats do you have in your building right now? All right, Sherry said 10. Oh, yes. We are cooking with grease, my mama would say. Now, these seats cause a lot of anxiety for owners because we realize these seats translate into dollars, and those dollars translate into things that we can and we cannot do in our program, right? And so Simone is a superstar. She says she has 0, but I know Simone personally, and I can tell you she's looking for another building. So she would rather it say 25, like Karen, right? Abby says, oh my gosh, I have 80 empty seats. So for her, enrolling is going to be really, really important right now. And that's why using technology is really good. You know, if you can get them in your Line Leader app and you can follow them along, those parents, as they're inquiring about your business, that's going to be super dope. But I'm going to do something that's going to totally disturb your peace. I'm going to make you a mathematician. Now, I know some of you are definitely afraid of math, but I'm going to crown you right now the queen of math. Bam, you are the queen of math. If you're a king, I'm sorry, you're the king of math, right? So we're going to get out this handy dandy tool called a phone. This phone can do anything in the world. And we're going to pull up our calculator. And we're going to do this in 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. I want you to take your number of empty seats. And Leslie is already hyperventilating because she knows that I do this very often with people in my community. But I want to just explain to you why enrollment is important. Liliana says I have 9 seats. I love you, Liliana, for going ahead and putting that in the chat because we needed to know that. I want you to put the number of empty seats you have right now. In my building, I have 16 empty seats at my biggest building. I have 16 of my available seats. So I'm lying because I could open a class and have 31. So I'm going to make myself put 31. Man, I tried to lie, but my angel wouldn't let me. I have 31 empty seats in this building if I open up my other pre-K class. Now, my pre-K rate is $180. So I'm going to multiply that rate by 180. Oh my goodness. I got $5,580. What did you get? Let me know before I start crying. So this is the amount of money that I'm missing every single week if I don't enroll. So this makes enrollment really, really stinking important. But I can go a step further, and I know that there's all of December, all of November, all of October, and a lot of September left. There's about 20 more weeks in the year. So now I got to take this 5,000 number and I got to multiply it times 20. If I don't fill those seats, I'm missing out on $111,000. What could I do in my building with an extra $111,000? Especially if I would not have to add any more teachers to my roster to take this. This is literally somebody's salary. This is somebody's Christmas bonus. This is our new playground. This is our new library. This is the new technology we want for our teachers. Everything hinges on enrollment. Can somebody put their number in the chat? We call this our revenue gap. Shelly, $74,000. What could you do with that? Shelly, you deserve a prize for being first. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I want everybody to drop their number if they have it. So for me, this number is ever important. But at the beginning of the school year in August, when we started this, we literally had about 90 seats empty with all of the transitions. Now we've gotten that down to about 35. But the problem is, if I'm not always watching that, I can put my business in revenue crisis. And ain't nobody got time for that, right? We want to make sure that our businesses are sound financially so we can do the other things that we need to do. Karen, me and you, we're twins. $110. Girl, we could spend at least a month in Anguilla on that, okay? So we need to get that going. All right? So make sure you take your amount, you multiply it by 20, because that's your end of the year revenue gap. If you can get those students in quickly, and for the next 20 weeks, you can grab that tuition. That's how much more money that you can bring in your business to do the things that you really want and need to do. So how do we enroll more, Brandy? You got me all shaken. So how do I enroll more? First, you start by nurturing relationships. Word of mouth is the best way to get new students. word of mouth with your parents. Hey, we only have 2 more spots in your baby's class. Now, I know you'd rather fill those spots than me, because I may fill those spots with Godzilla and Dracula, right? A biter. Good Lord. But you may fill those spots with a lovely angel from your community or from your church. So letting parents know, hey, we got some seats available. And it's our job as a whole ecosystem to make sure we get the best families in here. So we wanted you to know. And when you bring that new student, when you bring little Johnny, we're going to give little Johnny something. We're going to give little Johnny's mom something and you something, right? 2, making sure you do a website checkup. Now, if I go on your website right now, are your rates correct? Is there a place to schedule a tour? Is there a button that you can click that puts them on a waiting list? Do you have a website? Oh, if it's that bad, let me know. We will put you in childcare triage right now. But your website has to be the tool that's going to solidify who you are. Do you know 87% of people have already made a decision once they call you? They've already made a decision. They've already looked at your reviews. They've already drove by your building. They've already asked their friends. So if we can get more people talking to us on the phone, all we got to do is make sure we're doing a killer tour and that we're closing. But the first place they're going to look is your website. Now, let me prove this to you. How many of you look at Google reviews before you go to a restaurant? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. How many of you want to see pictures of the food? You want to know about the service? You a Yep master. Victoria, see? How many of you leave reviews? Because I'm a reviewer. I will let the people know if I love you. I will let the people know if you missed the mark. And have you ever read this review? The food is excellent. The service is horrible, right? And you're like, well, if the food is good, I'll still try it, right? If they say the food is horrible, but the service is good, nah, I'm not going there. Not going there, right? So our website and our reviews, what people say about us on Google, on Facebook is super important. So check those things. Make sure they're aligned. Make sure your times are right on Google. Make sure your phone number is right on Google. Google used to have me as a music school. I can't play anything. Not a piano, a bunk. I can play the tambourine. I take it back. I'm a bad tambourine player, but that's about it. So I am totally not a music school. So you want to make sure what they're saying out there on the internet is correct about your school, because parents are looking there first. We are living in an age of digitally informed parents. They're not waiting on you to give them information. They already know about you when they call. So how can you get more people to know about you? Creating marketing campaigns. That means you're posting on social media, not just Facebook. How many of you just ignore the Instagram? Like, me and Instagram don't have a good relationship because I'm old. Like, I'm about to be 50. I'm a Facebooker. Like, if you out there on MySpace still, get off. But for me, I'm a Facebooker. So it's hard for me to remember to go on Instagram, but every time I post on Instagram, it gets traction. Because guess what? Our parents that we serve, they're Instagram moms. The grandparents may be Facebook moms, but you need to make sure that you're posting somewhere, because that's where people are looking. Last but not least, you want to make sure you have a referral program. This invites teachers, parents, and the community to refer something to you, and they get a little bit back. Abby, I don't want to scare you, but they say you should post 3 times a day. Now, on your business page, you can really get by posting 5 times a week. But to get people to engage, you're going to have to start making sure your posts are engaging. Like, I even tell my teachers sometimes in our group chat, I will send them a post and I will say, respond. Not like that. I really don't say it like that. That's how I mean it. Respond. Now, I want them to go and say, oh my God, Miss Willis, this is so cute, right? Or I want them to share it, because the more people share it and the more people comment, guess what Facebook and Instagram says? Oh my God, people really like this. And they show it to more people who have profiles like those people. Okay. And so this is why it's important. Make sure you have permission, but that you share pictures of your kids doing wonderful things. Oh my God, we are creating astronauts today. Here are Miss Caleb astronauts, right? And then you send that in your Line Leader app and you say, Miss Kayla is our astronaut of the day. And then all the parents are now posting on Miss Kayla the astronaut, okay? And so you want to make it easy peasy for people to find you, to celebrate you, and to share your center. And that's how we start that enrollment in excellence. You can't be the only one talking about your business. You do not want to be the best kept secret. That is not your goal. Your goal is for everybody to know. So this is my thing. Girl, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody that my center is the best center in the world. Like, reels are popping. So I'm going to be teaching a class in 2 days about how to edit some videos and things like that, because people love short form videos. One of the reasons why is because it's entertaining. So it's this cute little girl that's on Instagram and TikTok, and she does these videos. Her name is Mila, and she's like, oh, I don't know if I can be amazing today. I was too busy being amazing yesterday. And like, I just love this little girl, right? And she says all this inappropriate stuff, but I find myself watching her. I love watching mom videos. I love watching Miss Renee. She does these funny daycare videos. It's just hilarious. But you can use the same concept in your business. Get ready for me, prep activity with me. All of these things can be turned into reels that can translate back to your daycare. Have great signage. It's nothing worse than going by somewhere and one of the letters is not blinking. Have you ever seen that? You'd be like, why won't they change the light bulb? Have great signage outside of your building. Have great signage on your building. You want the aesthetic of your building when people are driving up to be inviting. Clean the cobwebs, right? Make sure you have referrals. Number 4 is my new secret power. You know, people stop sending stuff in the mail, but there is nothing like lumpy mail. Like, literally, I know line leaders love those little bitty ducks. Send me a duck, and I'm going to be like, what's in this package? I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with the duck, but I got one, and it made me open it, and it made me read the letter. So don't despise direct door mail. You don't even have to have the addresses. You can go through your postal service, and they will actually send out mail for you by mail routes. Have community events. I host the annual baby shower. We actually do it twice a year. We give away 20 car seats at each baby shower. Why do I host a baby shower? Duh, because I want your baby. Now, I don't want to kill your baby or steal your baby. I'm not going to sell your baby. My baby. No, I don't sell babies. But I want your baby. When you have that baby, I want you to think about me. So, yeah, I'll give you a car seat, because I know if I get that baby, my baby rate is $250. Bam. That baby is worth $15,000 to me. Will I buy some $100 car seats? Heck yes. But guess what? I don't even buy the car seats. I team up with another organization, a nonprofit, who wants to make sure that all mothers have the appropriate car seat when they come home. They give me the car seats. Then I team up with Target to give me some breast pumps. And now it's a community affair. The nonprofit is winning. Target is winning. My moms are winning. The community is winning. And when they think about where should I bring my baby, who they're going to think about? Me. And guess what? You can do it in your own community. And then don't despise ads. And I'm not just talking about ads on Facebook, ads in your local newspaper. People are starting to touch paper again. It's a phenomenon. It's something made of wood. I can read it. I can touch it. People are starting to read newspapers again. Really? I know. People love anything personalized. So maybe you have a billboard, in your community. Maybe, you spend a few $1,000s to actually do something really, really big. But you want to tell everybody that you're hot stuff, right? So put everybody in the chat. Who do I want to know? about my center? Everybody. I want everybody to know about my center. All right, I got to go to tech advancements. Okay, to really be an efficient owner, you got to use tech. There are several things you can use with tech. One is a childcare management tool like Line Leader. So whether that's you filling out your forms, like, isn't it great? A parent comes to you, they do a tour, and they're like, oh, I need the paperwork. I've already sent it to your phone. Yes, and you can just fill it out right there on your phone and send it back to me. Well, how do I pay? I've already sent you a link to pay. What? This is easier than Chick-fil-A. I don't know what to do. So you want to be able to have that app that tells parents that not only are you with it and you're on track and you're new age, but it helps your billing. It helps you capture lost money. It helps everything. Number two, I love cameras. We have partnered up with one of our partners. They have smart cameras. They actually can assume risks, like they can detect a gun on someone. But having cameras in your center for today's parents is almost necessary. When I came from the public school system, and they did not have cameras in most areas in the public school system, they thought it was a liability. But parents are not going for that anymore, right? Parents want to be more informed. And I love virtual tours. If you can just listen, you can take your camera on your cell phone. It's probably the best camera. And always use your back camera, because your back camera is going to have the best camera. You can literally tour your facility, right? And there are tools where you can actually add a voiceover and you can walk them through your facility, right? You can do this yourself. You can pay people to do a 360 tour for you, but literally you can do it yourself. You can give parents that feeling of what is in your center without even ever walking into your building, because that's the center I'm going to call. That's the center that I want to talk to, okay? And then there are some AI tools out there. AI can help you create curriculum. It can help you create policies. It can help you be compliant on a certain standard. There is so much AI tools out there. And if you ask me really, really nicely, I'm going to spend 5 minutes showing you what some of the tools I use can do. But you have to ask me very nicely, because I don't want to push this on you. All you have to say is please in the chat, and I'm going to show you. But I was able to create our curriculum for our school in about 2 hours. It normally takes about 2 weeks to get it all together, but I was able to do it in about 2 hours. I'm able to write a staff reprimand in moments, right? But I'm also able to create a presentation in moments as well. So I want to show you some tools that you can use. And later on in this presentation, I'm going to tell you about something I'm doing for free at the end of this month, because I don't have enough time to do it here. But I do want to give you a preview. I only have 2 pleases, so I don't think they're ready. Minerva and Abby, get your people together over there. So this is a letter that I generated through ChatGPT. So you know how you have a new employee coming on and you're like, man, I wanted to send them an email. Oh man, I forgot. So I asked them to create this letter for me, and I'm going to show you how in just a second. So I'm going to give a new share, and I'm going to come over here. Tell me if you can see my screen, and it says black. Okay. So let's just say, and I want to do this in real time so you'll know, like, I wasn't making anything up, because you can use this when you want to create parent messages as well. I need to make my screen a little smaller. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to stop sharing. What you want to do is you want to make sure that when you are using any of these tools, that you make it your own. So I don't want you to worry about what it generates, because you can always personalize it. All right, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is I don't want you to be scared of new technology, because some people are like, oh, technology is going to replace us. No, people who know how to use technology is going to replace you, right? the technology itself will not replace you. So let's just say that you wanted to create something, a letter for your parent, right? A welcome letter for your parents, or a welcome letter for a new staff member. That's the prompt that I actually created. So I'm going to roll with that prompt. I already pre-typed my prompts because I didn't want to take a lot of your time. So I'm going to copy my prompts. Bam. I'm so prepared. I'm so happy. And I'm going to just put it in this box. And it says, listen, I call ChatGPT Chatty because we're friends. I was like, hey, Chatty, create a dynamic and informative welcome letter to a new employee that will be teaching for my childcare center, Imagine Me Academy. Make it friendly, but also set expectations. Add a paragraph to tell a little about me, and I'll have to show you guys that later, but you can actually teach it about you. Give them a task to introduce themselves in our staff platform, Connecting. Now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm hitting send, and I want you to see how fast it does it. Hold your breath. And it's there, right? I hope this message finds you in great spirit and brimming with excitement as you prepare to embark on this incredible journey with Imagine Me Academy. I would have said something like, hey guys, thank you for taking the job, but it did so much better than me. I am the founder of this beloved center, and it tells them a little bit. Now, to get acquainted with your team, we have a fun task for you. Take a moment and introduce yourself on our staff platform. Now here I will put instructions of how to log in, share a bit about your background, passions, and what inspired you to join our academy. Like, I can do that in seconds. Now that would have took, how long would that have taken us if we were doing it in real time? Like literally probably too long. But I can do something different. I can say, hey, write a cell phone policy for new childcare staff. Let me tell you, you guys want this policy for new childcare staff. So sometimes if I'm really having an issue and I need a policy or a write-up, I may need it to help me out, right? So write a cell phone. I should have put policy here. And this is the last one I'm going to do for new childcare staff. Be direct, but nice. You have to tell it what tone you want it to talk in, right? Oh, this is so wonderful. Now I have to go back and read it to make sure that it's what I want, but I like this. Cell phones should be stored in designated areas. Check. Personal calls should be limited to break time. Check. We understand emergencies happen. Oh, check. I like these. Staff are not permitted to take photos and videos of children. Check. Use the tablet and then upload it to Line Leader. Don't be getting in trouble, right? All of these things are great things. Now I can add to this policy or I can take away from this policy, but it took me seconds to create it, not days. How many of you can see yourself using something like that to help you move faster in your business? Anna said, wow. Thank you, Anna. That's exactly how I wanted you to feel. We wanted you to feel that wow experience, but I use this tool all the time. It is an absolute free tool. The other tool that I love to use, I can't stay on very much on this one, is Midjourney. I am like a Midjourney super artist, not. I just learned it literally a few weeks ago. But you know how sometimes you want a picture for your newsletter and it's just not there on the internet? Well, you can create your own art using Midjourney. In this prompt, I asked it to create a picture of teachers. I wanted a Hispanic teacher, I wanted an Asian teacher, and I wanted at least one male teacher because I wanted to show some diversity. And it came up with this, like, so killer. And literally in a minute, if you want me to show you this, you have to put picture in the chat. If you don't put picture in the chat, I won't show you. And then I was like, I love coloring books, right? And so there are times where I'm teaching a certain lesson in my center and like we're doing these units and I'm like, guys, we don't we just can't find what we need. So I love to create coloring pictures. I also like the things in our center to represent the children that we serve. We have a very diverse center. Our center is about 40% Black, it's about 20% Hispanic, about 20% white, and about 20% other. So we have Asian Americans, we have Filipino Americans. And so it's very important that we use a wide range of things to use this with teachers. So you can actually use technology to create things for your teachers. You can create things for your students. You can create photos that you want to put in presentations that you're doing or training videos that you're doing for your staff. So this is the last tool I'm going to share. She says, I love coloring pages. Me too. This is the last tool I'm going to share. And then at the end of today, I will teach you how you can connect with me if you want to know a little bit more about this. Okay, so here's some I was creating a little bit earlier. For the sake of time, I already created a prompt. Copy, because I didn't want to take a lot of time. And so I'm going to show you literally how fast it is for you to create an image. Now, this is called line art. When you use, you want to create a coloring page, and since someone said they like coloring pages, I'm going to do that. I'm going to create line art. And I'm going to actually, did it go back to my PowerPoint? Let me see. Bam. Here we go. I'm going to actually ask it to create kids playing on the playground. And I'm going to put 8K. That's because I just wanted to have good resolution. I'm going to put line art. And I like to put realistic because I want the kid. I don't want a futuristic design. And I'm just going to put line art. And I'm going to see what it makes for me. It says waiting to start. So this tool I'm using is called Midjourney. And sometimes when I just really need something really awesome for my classrooms or my teachers, and I'll do this. So now you see it creating. Before I could even finish my statement, it's creating something really cool for you guys. Oh, it's coming through. I don't know what it's going to be because I haven't done this one before, but I'm liking it already. Look at that. Aren't they cute? And so we have these 4 options that it gave me. It created these. This is more like the coloring book style. I could refine this to say I wanted thick lines or broad lines, but we created that art in like 15 seconds. Could you not see yourself using this? Sometimes we need multicultural pictures in our classroom to get that quality rating. We can frame these in real picture frames to show, you know, real people. It's so important that we have tools like this where we can create it more. And I probably should have put coloring book page to give it me that coloring book feel. But this is something you can do quick and easy for your center that's going to make your center stand out where other centers may not. If you can have your own coloring pages, for your center that no one else has, how would that not make you stand out if every week you were sending home an awesome color page? So I'm going to let it do what it's going to do as I go on in the presentation, and we're going to come back. I gave it a new prompt, and we're going to see exactly what it creates, okay? So you can create coloring pages, and you can even create PowerPoints. Believe it or not, this PowerPoint presentation was created in a tool. I told it what I wanted to say, and it created it for me. I did some adjustments and made it pretty, but I can also create a PowerPoint outline in ChatGPT. I can upload that code into PowerPoint, and it will do the same thing. It is an awesome tool. I've always been a techie, y'all. I'm a math major. I used to work at NASA in the summers, and so technology just really excites me. But I have to go on to number 3. If you're still with me, put number 3 in the chat. So number 3 is really prepping for success. And there are 3 things you need to do to prep for success. 1, make sure your curriculum is popping. If you think your curriculum is boring, or you have a box curriculum and you need to add a few things in there to invigorate with your teachers, hey, you can use these tools to help you create activities, workflows, to come up with different crafts you can do with your kids. You definitely want to update your facility. Nobody wants a dingy, dusty facility, right? Parents want all the 5 senses. So if you don't have some kind of fragrance that's not children that people smell when they open your door, you may want to add air freshening to your building. You may want to make sure that you maybe have someone professionally come and clean your building once a week. You may want to make sure that the noise level at dismissal and at drop-off time is good. So we have a big multi-purpose area. It's about 3,000 square foot in the middle of our in the beginning of our building. And if we let kids play in there from 4 to 6, it would sound like a zoo. So that room is closed from 4 to 6, right? So just thinking about how you can have your space, you may want to have a TV screen in the beginning of your building that has announcements, pictures of kids, highlights of things that you're doing, how to leave you a review on Google, all of those things where parents can get information. And you definitely want your check-in portal that line leader has, so you can put that little PIN number in for those parents to make it easy for them to sign in. And the last thing you want to do to prep for success is make sure you incorporate your parent feedback. I should have said staff and parent feedback. But if your parents are telling you things that are going to make your school better, especially if it doesn't cost a lot of money, make sure that you add that into your back to school. Number 4, empowering and motivating staff. We get tired as adults, period, right? So we have to find a way to rejuvenate our staff. If you follow me on social media, you see my staff had like a rap battle at the beginning of the year and they had to come up with a rap about the school, and it was really fun. And they, they got little medallions, and they, they the battle kings and queens. But when we meet on September 23rd, they may lose their crown because we're having another contest for our locations and we're going to see who's going to win. But you want to make sure you have some staff training. You want to make sure you have a recognition program, and you have open communication with your staff. It's nothing wrong with having an open door policy, but if you're closed-minded to the open door, it doesn't help, right? You have to have an open mind and an open door, and people want to be recognized. So these are some things that we've done to really retain our staff. I have a staff member who I hired. My first full-time employee is still with me today. She is still with me today. My first full-time employee, my 3rd location, the 4 people that I hired to be my main teachers, all 4 of them are with me today. And that's not by accident. That is not by accident. 1, I believe peer and mentorship is important. It's one thing for you as a leader to give direction. It's totally different to have peer support. Totally different to have peer support. Number 2, this peer support also makes that person that's the mentor so proud. I am the mentor. I'm so happy, right? And you're giving them gifts. Oh my God. My mentors get the same sign-on bonus as my mentees. If your person stays 6 months, they get 500, you get 500, because they stayed because of you, or they left because of you. The other thing, health and wellness initiatives, like drink more water. We have free water bottles for our staff. We have a little snack thing, that we have for our staff, making sure we want them to be healthy. We've taken Zumba classes before, escape room classes before. We took a pole dancing class before. It was fun. It was optional. It's fun, but we just wanted to do something different at one of our staff retreats. And at that time, we didn't have any male employees. So it was so fun. Y'all are laughing at me, but it was fun. Focusing on work-life balance. I took some of my directors on a cruise before. They've been cruising ever since. We've given vacations to our staff before. Work-life balance also looks like small things. Hey, it's their kids' first day of school. Is there any way we can let our workers that don't have kids close that day so they can be with their kids that day? Making sure that they get to go like to their kids' field trips if they let us know in time. Thank you, Abby. All of those things are important. It says you matter to me. Making sure we recognize people's birthday. Now we do a monthly birthday thing because it had got a little hairy. Like, because you can't do this for one person's birthday and that for another person's. But when they have big milestones like their 5-year anniversary, 2-year anniversary, you want to really, really recognize that. And you want to make sure that if you can offer alternate schedules, you can. So we always keep part-time people on our schedule that are ready to go full-time, just in case we have a person who needs a shorter schedule, a 7 to 1, a 6-hour schedule. Because if I can get a great preschool teacher to work 7 to 1 so she can get her own kids at 2:30, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to train someone else for that rest of the day, because she may do more from 7 to 1 than a person would do from 8 to 5. So don't discount having flexible schedules. Last but not least, I want to go to this one, but this one is special. So I'm going to go really back and see what Midjourney created for us. Oh, yes. I think it's ready. So these are the coloring book style ones. Isn't that dope? So listen, I like this one the best. So that's U1. If I wanted to make this a coloring page for my center, I would tell it U1, and now it's going to make this into a bigger page. I can open in browser, and literally I just downloaded that to my computer. Now I can print this out for all of my classrooms. And guess what? It's my art. And if I wanted to put Playday Imagine Me Academy and drop that in my tour bag, guess what? I could, because it's whose art? And I have the creative license to my Midjourney account. So anything I create, I have a license to it, to do it as I please. And so I love this tool because it helps you be super great when it comes to what you can do in your business, and you can do it fast. A lot of us, we wait on other people to create things for us, and sometimes they don't create them in a timely fashion. So I just like the fact that I can do things on my own. All right, so back to our PowerPoint, into our last thing of the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it and we can answer some questions. Make sure you have a great platform. Line Leader has a great platform, and they have increased their platform. They were just Childcare CRM before, and now they have increased their platform to Line Leader by Childcare CRM. So they can do everything from helping you schedule the first tour to collect payments, send out reminders, schedule for your teachers. But having a centralized platform that everybody is using is totally powerful in your business, right? So teachers are not going in one place to get their schedule, but in another place to talk to parents. They're not clocking in one place, but then they have to send a message to you in another place. It's just too messy, right? And another thing that I love about using platforms, if you really make yourself use a platform 100% of the time, when that child, that parent, or that staff member leaves, guess what? You can disable them. And they don't have to have access to the things that they would have had access to if you were using email and text messages. When people text my phone, because in our platform, you can see the phone numbers, I tell them, please send me this message in Connect Team. I don't even respond. And that's because I want integrity in the apps that we actually employ. So our parents can do so much on these types of apps. They can pay, they can have a calendar, unlimited messages, news feeds, video gallery of their little bitty precious baby. All of these things are capable. And if you have a platform for our staff, they can get their schedules, they can clock in, you can send them reminders, to-do lists, forms to fill out. So when we centralize our efforts, we make sure that our staff and our parents are super in tune to what we're doing, and we don't lose a lot of information. We can say, oh no, I sent this to you, it said it was never open. Thank you. okay, well, this is what we can do from this point, right? You don't have to see per my last email. You don't even have to do that anymore. You can just show them in the app, make sure that they know how to use it. It's really a superpower. So I think I'm going to kick this over to Tiffany. I know we're going to do some Q&A. And I also know you guys had some things you wanted to add to this session.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. First of all, fantastic job. And, I'm still taking in all of that amazing information. Love that. Definitely going to be implementing that in some way in my own life. But yeah, I would love to go ahead and just open the floor to anybody that may have questions about Line Leader, helping consolidate all of your platforms all onto one, or even just things about how you can streamline your current processes, make things easier not only for your staff, but also for your families as well. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or in the Q&A.
Oh, and Liliana, she made a good point. She said sometimes people don't tend to track their referrals. So how is that possible? Hey, so for me, as soon as a parent comes, I ask them, did someone refer you? In some systems, you can send them a unique link, but that's a lot of work. But so I always ask our parents, did someone refer you? And as soon as that referral comes in, I call that parent or that staff member and I'm like, hey, you got a potential referral. So that way they can go in and help me close as well. Good question, Liliana.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Oh, Abby says she's new to the Line Leader CRM. Congratulations. Do you have any questions? Because I'm so sure Tiffany is happy to answer any of those questions that you have about using the platform or how you can get the most out of it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Coming in slowly but surely.
Well, as you guys are doing that, because I wanted to make sure I was good on time, I want to just you guys to encourage you to take a screenshot of this. Some key takeaways. Really go back and see what you can do to improve your enrollment strategies. You got that number that you got to get down. Mine was 111,000, right? See how you can use AR tools to work smart. Make sure you update your facilities and curriculum. Make sure you host some kind of back to school training, or it could be, an open house training. We're having an open house training on the 23rd to refine our back to school strategy. And then make sure you get on a childcare platform like Line Leader to make sure that you unify your teams and your parents. And then I got some action items for you guys because I am a teacher and I want to make sure you do your homework. So go update that website now. Get off that phone, create you a tour. But you can take a picture of this and you'll know what you need to do. You may want to create a tech plan to help you do some things with ease in your business. I can literally, show you guys how to create 30 days of social media content with the graphics in about 30 minutes. It's things that you can do that are super easy, super fast. And once you know how to do them, you can't unlearn them. And you can teach it to somebody on your team. You can save so much money. And then making sure you're tracking those key performance indicators. And I know Line Leader is great about dashboards, about how many students are enrolled, And so if you're really looking to track success in your business, make sure that you are setting some of those key performance indicators up in your business. Looks like we have one more question come in. Yes, Anna, I'm going to even do better than that. I'm going to be doing a training. I'm going to tell you how to connect with me. But the main one I used was Chat GPT, and I also used Midjourney and Chat GPT. So guys, if you want to stay connected with me, and I know you do because I want to stay connected with you, we have a support group. It's totally free. It's bit.ly Childcare Millionaires group. In September, I will be doing an AI class, a full 90-minute free class. 90 minutes. There is a VIP option, but the class is absolutely free. And that's going to be in September. you're going to be able to sign up at AI for Childcare, the number 4, a little bit later. So I'll have them send it out to you guys. And then, of course, you can always come to our annual conference. Line Leader is always there. They've been a big supporter for us. But you can always find out more about us at our website, Childcare Millionaires. You can send us a message or anything like that. But Anna, those 2 websites was Midjourney and ChatGPT. I can't talk today. All right, ladies. Any more questions? Our conference is always in Houston. Yes, in the Galleria Mall. It's so fun.
And if I may say, it is so unlike any other conference I personally have ever been to. It knocked my socks off. It was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, we have a good time, and we really try to pride ourselves in giving the best information. We don't hold anything back. I don't care if it's a free class or pay. We always like over deliver. And one of the reasons, we started the association is because typically people didn't want to share. And I think that's so crazy. We're in different regions of the world. I mean, there's 600,000 childcare centers. So, we're going to do some of the same things, and it's okay. And so if I can give one of my fellow owners, one of my sisters in the business, something that's going to help them work faster and smarter and save money, you can have it for free all day, So please join us. And I really suggest, if you're not a Line Leader customer, make sure you schedule a demo with them. Look at their products, because they coincide with a lot of the things that we're doing in Childcare Millionaires, to make sure that you have the tools to actually implement the advice that we give. So the advice is one thing, but having the tool to actually implement the advice is where we come in as great partners in crime. So we're really, really excited to share with you guys and, to help to answer any question you have.
Before I get the excitement get ahead of me, I just want to say thank you to everybody who attended today. I really do appreciate not only Brandy taking the time to teach us all of these amazing tips and tricks of the trade that she has gathered over her tenure in childcare, but without further ado, let's go ahead and see who won. A little drum roll. And the winner is Victoria Tucker. Congratulations. Be on the lookout. You'll be seeing an email from me with that gift card for Amazon. And then also, before I forget, we will also be emailing out the recording to those who couldn't join at the time. And you'll also be receiving your certificate of attendance. So be on the lookout for that. But it was a great opportunity to see everybody again. And Brandy, thank you.
It was definitely a pleasure. You guys are family. Hey, cousins. I can't wait to see you guys in November.